Where are we going?
To the mountains.
To the mountains. Again. How's the drive?
Good. Smooth.
Smooth?
Yeah.
Do you like the car?
No.
Why not?
It requires oil maintenance for the past hours, and the motor keeps making a sound.
Yeah, that's not nice. But the view is nice. We're going back in Austria. Now in Germany. We made it to the trailhead up here at this damn beautiful white clad mountains. Where Mal's getting ready. Just took a little wee, and we are a bit late because it's 5:45. It's supposed to take 2 hours to get to the top. Mal, do you have any comments?
It's a bit cold.
It's a bit cold.
Scared of the snow.
Scared of the snow? Well, there should be a lot of snow. A lot. Ready?
Ready.
Let's go. Garmin set. And we start with
It's
mud.
already starting good.
Ugh. Wow, and then walking through a river basically.
Oh,
Here we go. How much does it say? Olperer Hütte.
1.5 hours.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's great. Whew. Already 24 minutes, 25. Up we go. Any comments, Mo?
No.
No. That's your comment.
Yeah.
That's a great comment. No. There's some people coming down. Probably people who are doing a day hike to the Hütte. No one so far with proper gear coming down. Proper gear for getting to the peak. And here you can see the valley. The Hütte should be up there somewhere. I don't see it yet. There's a cold wind coming down from there. Arrived at this beautiful little path. I have to watch my feet while I'm filming, but we already have the first snow of the summer, and the sun is setting on that view. getting a lot colder. But you can join the conversation. It's getting colder, but our hütte should be behind there. And, as you can see, the shadow is coming quite high on the mountain, so the sun is really starting to set. Hopefully we make it to the top of this ridge before it sets, and before it gets too dark. There it is. Still in the sun. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. And a beautiful view. I mean, damn. That's some snow. It snowed a lot lately. That's the problem. How in the hell did they bring that over here? Go. So I spotted something interesting by the hütte. I believe we have some ibex or gams. Made it! Phew! And these are the gums, wild gums that I was seeing. The hütte looks very nice, though, I have to say. Very pretty restaurant area. So it's the Olperer Hütte, 2,389 meters, and here is the mountain range. On the right side should be Südtirol in Italy, and on the left side is, or this side, is Austria.
And you follow the road with
So the rooms are also really nice.
I put my sock on backwards.
It's not a good idea.
For my toe.
We're changing into non-sweaty clothes. This is the view from our window. No sun yet. Putting on the guitar. .5 a.m. and quite snowy. Up here, we see the first peak of sunlight behind that mountain. Whoa, it's nice. Wow, that's really starting to hit the slopes. Mahmoud,
Yeah.
say hi.
Hi.
Thomas, say hi.
Can't see anything.
No. Sun's coming out. It's starting to look good. A bit of windy. Look at that. Fast wind. On our way down. So this is sort of where we were in the clouds at one point. We are 4 hours in, so we've been going down really quickly actually. With this thick snow it's very easy to just smash your way down. But actually we bumped into another group going up at this hour, which is a bit surprising given the fact that it's supposed to storm quite soon with lightning. And the wind for us right now was already quite strong, and that's why we turned back. But yeah, I don't think they'll make it to the top, to be honest. Neither does the guide. Let's see. Back at the Hütte after almost 5 hours, so 4 hours 55. And the weather, as you can see, is quite crap up in the high mountains. And there we have now coming in with Thomas. Yeah, we'll take a short break here and then head down, take a nice warm shower and sauna. Getting ready for the last 1 hour down, I guess. This is the place where you can dry up your shoes and you get your little sandals. Up there is the rooms. And here, let me see where we are. We are here. And so we went here to 3,200 meters. So right below the peak. Oh, sorry, there you go. So right below the peak, and then we turn back. Now we're gonna go all the way down here where we parked the car. And then we're gonna be staying in a hotel somewhere around here. Cordon bleu. Mahlzeit.
Mahlzeit.
Having our last meal. Bun bo hui. Okay, we're starting our post hike discussion of how it went. As you all figured out by now, we didn't make it to the top of the Olperer,
Unfortunately.
but I think it makes sense to do a little debrief.
Post hike debrief.
Yeah, on what happened, why we didn't make it to the top, how we felt doing it. And somehow, so well, the start was quite okay. So the first day we arrived at the parking at 6 p.m.
Yeah, around there.
Around 6 p.m.
No,
6.
Something like 6.
So we started our hike up to the Olperer Hütte. It was 1 hour 20.
1 hour 20 hike up.
Very chilled, regular hike, no problems. Good time, I would say.
We went relatively quickly, I think.
Yeah. And I would also say we went quite quickly. We didn't take a single break.
No.
And it was a nice hike. And then the Hütte.
The Hütte was really nice.
The Hütte was very nice. One of the best Hüttes I've been to so far in Austria. Well, actually, I can feel my arm holding this because of holding the sticks for several days and pushing myself through the snow. But the Hütte was very nice. What I mostly liked was the panorama view in the restaurant.
Yeah, it had a really nice view overlooking the whole entire valley.
Yeah. And so I think in total it was 148, including dinner, breakfast, coffee, and rooms. Yeah. And that was nice. We met our guide there, Thomas, 65-year-old guide.
He's been hiking for 40 years, like doing, what is it, alpinism?
Yeah, doing Bergsteigen for a long time. And
40 years.
Yeah, for 40 years, so quite an experienced guy.
Yeah.
And so we decided to leave the next morning at 4 a.m.
No, wake up was at 4 a.m.
Wake up was at 4 a.m.
Aiming to leave, let's say, let's say.
I'm 2 weeks.
I'm 2
weeks.
So, wake up was at. Yeah, we switch. Wake up was at 4 a.m. and then we decided to leave at 4:30, or the aim was 4:30. I think we left at 4:45.
The reason we were gonna leave at that time was because we already knew it would be raining, so there would be a storm incoming Saturday midday approximately.
Yeah.
And it would be raining and storming all of Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. So we couldn't go Saturday to Sunday, so we had to go the morning of Saturday, right? At 4 a.m. And the goal was a 4-hour hike to the peak, right? To the peak of Olperer, which is at 3,500 meters approximately, a bit lower. And so how was it?
good. I think the hike up was, like in the beginning it was okay. Then there was like a lot of snow. So the snow, it had snowed the previous days apparently.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, and it hadn't frozen over, so it was really mushy snow that we sank in. Like we would constantly sink in to our hips and to our knees. So that took a lot of energy getting ourselves out of the snow and keep on walking.
Yeah. Very cloudy day.
Yeah.
You know.
Very windy as well. So sometimes it would be super cloudy that we couldn't see like anything in front of us. And I've just had to like put a stick forward to make sure we weren't like heading to a precipice.
Yeah, like a blind person. I had to feel if I could step the next step, because you literally could only see like 1 meter in front of you.
And then at other times when the wind would blow, it would be super clear, and then you would see how like massive everything was, like how massive the mountain was, and you know, all the valleys around, and how high up you actually were.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. But so it was a mix of both.
And I think we did pretty well until, let's say, 3,100.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's when we had to put on our crampons, tie ourselves to each other, because we had to go on the vertical face to then get on the ridge all the way to the top of the mountain. And yeah, what did you feel then?
Scared. Because basically, so it was like, okay, but there, careful the car. It was essentially like really snowed in, right? So, and then our guide, he decided not to take like, I don't know what route you usually take, but he decided to take like the vertical straight up route. But what I mean vertical, it's like literally you're a wall.
Yeah, and we would punch out holes in the snow for steps after step to get up on the wall. And then we had to go right along this vertical ridge.
Yeah, we were just scaling a vertical wall, basically. Yeah. So that was scary, because I kept thinking like, okay, try not to think about it, just do it and go, like, because what can you do? You can't stop, right?
Yeah.
So I tried not to think about any potential misstep.
And this is where the second issue, so we had the very deep snow, and then the second issue was we had the gloves that I usually use for climbing in Austria, which are more than enough. But since we were punching holes into the snow
and putting our hands in the holes,
our gloves were getting wet.
They were soaked.
And then we came on the ridge, and there was a super strong wind, which froze our hands. Essentially, Mao and I, both our hands, froze.
Yeah, quite literally.
We couldn't move. Anymore.
We couldn't move our fingers anymore.
Yeah. I at least still had pockets, which I could put my one hand at a time in to warm up while holding sticks with the other and then switching. But Mao didn't have these pockets to warm herself up, her hands up.
Okay, do you want to switch? My arm is tired.
Okay.
I'll go behind you.
Our arms are still tired from holding the sticks all day and pushing ourselves out of the snow.
Yeah.
But right. So we had the hand issue. But then
it was freezing, like we couldn't move, I couldn't feel them.
Yeah.
I had to visually like watch my hands close over the sticks because I wasn't sure they would do it.
Yeah. And then we came on the ridge, and then we had problem number 3, which was the storm, which was predicted to come at midday, was already sort of blowing in. So we had extremely strong gusts of wind where we had to huddle down not to get pushed off the ridge.
Yeah, it was so strong that if we were standing more straight up, it like pushed us off. So we were like hugging the wall.
Yeah. And that would also be very cold. And
you had the ice sleet like slamming on our face.
So there was like rain turned into ice cutting up on our face. That's why we might be a bit red-faced still.
It's not sunburn.
Not sunburn, but actually there was no sun. There wasn't much sun, so... But it was ice burn, let's say. And right, that's when the guide actually huddled us together and told us, right, we're only at 300 meters from the peak, so 3,200. I think we should return down. Why? Because if we make it to the peak, we can make it to the peak, but getting back down in the storm is not so recommendable.
No.
Right? And Mao was also starting to lose energy from always going really deep in the snow and pulling your way out.
Yeah, so out of the three, I was the one always like sinking. Like Artus would also sink in. The guide somehow was like floating on the snow.
Yeah, he had somewhat better gear than us for these conditions.
He wouldn't sink, like he sank in sometimes, but not as often as us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kept on sinking in, and it was really, my energy was draining quite fast from having to like constantly push myself out of the snow. Plus we didn't take enough breaks, I find.
Oh no, we didn't take a single break actually.
It was just power through up the mountain. So we didn't I couldn't drink enough or eat enough to get some energy.
It was a no break hike. Our guide doesn't like taking breaks.
Apparently
basically.
Not.
But regardless of not taking breaks, I think it wouldn't have been a wise decision to continue. Well, actually we decided let's continue for 10 more minutes. So I think we made it to, according to Garmin, to 3,200.
No.
300?
So 3,200 something.
Okay, so just short of 3,300. And then he stopped us again because the wind was really coming in hard, and you had to like stop every single time. We were going super slow. And I think we all agreed quite happily to not continue the hike, to turn back. And
I'll hold it.
Okay.
You're holding it weirdly again.
No worries. And we basically decided to turn back. The way back was quite non-eventful. I mean, really deep snow, sinking in again all the way to your knees every single time.
But then downward this time.
Quite exhausting. And I think it took us, I mean, we turned back at like 3 hours and 30 minutes maybe. And then we were down at maybe 4 hours and 30 minutes or something like this, or maybe
I think we did five. Just at 5. 4 hours 55 according to my Garmin.
Yeah, so 4 hours 55. So I mean, overall we did really good time getting to where we were. Like really in time, as if conditions were normal. We made it really in good time and back down in really good time. But it just didn't make sense to continue. I think we're satisfied about the hike in any case. It was really fun. Yeah. Quite interesting. I've never had these conditions in Austria actually so far.
It was really intense.
Maybe it was a bit too early in the season.
Yeah, because we're like mid-June now.
Yeah. And so far I've only done hikes at that, let's say, altitude in Austria in July, August, when you get, I mean, no one had been up before us. So when we were going, we were breaking the snow every single time. And the people that had gone the day before, they didn't make it to the top either. And the people who went after, because there was another group who started going.
They're crazy people.
Yeah, we were already down quite a long way, and 3 people started at 8 a.m. presumably, judging by where they were. And they were still quite a way to go, and the wind was only getting worse. So yeah, I think overall I'm very happy with the hike.
Me too.
It was still a good adventure. I would do it again.
Me too.
But probably in
better
July
season.
or August to hit the peak, because actually it's not such a difficult mountain. It's
just the conditions.
Sort of like Großvenediger difficulty, right? It's not super technical, except the face that we did. But he only did the face because there was so much snow that you could actually punch through the face. Otherwise there would be rocks and you couldn't go up, and you would have to go along a further route to go up the ridge. But essentially the mountain is not that difficult. It's just the conditions were not ideal.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's our review of our Olperer hike. We spent the rest of the day basically sleeping. And I went to the sauna.
We drove to the hotel in a nearby village.
Yeah.
And then essentially, artists did sauna. We ate at around 3 p.m. and then we stayed in bed from 4 p.m. until the next day when we woke up.
And fell asleep at like 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, very tired, both of us. We still feel our legs and arms, apparently.
Yeah, I didn't know, but now that I'm holding the phone, it hurts.
Yeah, I mean, we had to use the sticks more than you normally have to use them. But what we didn't know is that Olperer is a very popular international tourist destination. Because on the way up to the Hütte and down from the Hütte, not beyond the Hütte, no one goes beyond, but there's lots of Chinese, Indian, American tourists going there to take a picture. You want me to hold it?
No, no, it's fine.
To take a picture at this famous bridge, which we had no idea.
Overlooking the valley.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the review.
Yeah.
Hope you liked the video.
Would do again, but in better weather conditions.
Yeah.
All right. Ciao.